Hey, Bill Shaka here. Welcome to another edition of the 5-Minute Motivator. Welcome to Tamarindo, Costa Rica. I am so happy to be here with you today, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm talking about a subject that is near and dear to my heart. It is one of the most exciting, most vibrant, most sexiest subjects in the world. Economics. Now, I'm sure at this point a lot of you are saying, oh God, not another episode on economics. But there's something that we need to discuss in terms of how economic reasoning can actually bring us to a level of happiness. Remember, a lot of these 5-minute motivators are designed to show how we can bring self-motivation to our own personal world to increase our level of happiness. Well, in economics, there is something called marginal reasoning. Reasoning at the margin. And what that means is that without explaining the detail, if you see the graph that is on your screen right now, there are two functions on the graph. One is called marginal revenue and the other is called marginal cost. Now in economics, the word margin means the next, at the margin, the next unit. Marginal revenue tells us what every unit adds to revenue. Revenue's good. Okay? Marginal cost tells us what every unit adds to cost. Now, I guess in general, cost is not that great. We'd rather see cost we'd rather see it lower or zero. But here's the point. You will notice that in this graph, up to the intersection of marginal revenue and marginal cost, marginal revenue is above marginal cost, which means that when we examine each unit, it adds more benefit than to loss. So it's logical to take the next step. At the intersection, marginal revenue equals marginal cost. It doesn't much matter whether you want to take that step or not. But notice what happens after that unit, where marginal cost is greater than marginal revenue. There's more cost than benefit. It's illogical to take that step. Well, that's how marginal reasoning works in economics. And I would like you to consider that in your own personal life also. I know I've incorporated this in my life often. When we enter into a relationship, we enter into some kind of situation, it makes sense to move forward as long as the benefit is greater than the cost. When the cost becomes too much, it becomes necessary to dissolve that relationship or leave that situation. Now, what will happen is that if we allow the costs to run rampant in our life, it will begin to affect other areas. This is no different in economics. If I run beyond that point where marginal cost equals marginal revenue into the point that my costs are greater than the revenue, that money has to come from somewhere. And where it's going to come from is another product line. So I'm actually going to be bastardizing a profitable product line to keep this unprofitable product line going. Illogical, unless there's certain marketing reasons behind it. But in our own life too, the point is this. If we do not stop the situation or the relationship that adds more to cost than to our benefit, then that will begin to affect other areas of our life. Example, how many of you are ever in a job that you absolutely despised? Okay, where even though you got paid, the pay was nowhere near the emotional overhead of going to work every day. The end result is the psychological cost was greater than the economic revenue that you received from it. How did that affect other areas of your life? How many times did you come home miserable? And your kids or your significant other want to say hi and spend some time with you, and you say, get away. The more that you can identify how marginal reasoning works for you emotionally and psychologically, the greater you're going to have, the greater level of happiness you're going to find. Think about it, ladies and gentlemen. Economic reasoning and the margin of happiness. It makes a lot of sense. That's why economics and psychology are both social sciences. They relate to people. Bill Shaka thanking you for attending another edition of the 5-Minute Motivator. Please like, share, comment. Please join the membership. Talk to you soon. Bye.